So you are obviously a very adept comedic improviser, but was this kind of a fresh new experience to work in terms of dramatic improvisation?
Absolutely. Yes, I am extremely adept at comedy improvisation, extremely. And this was brand new territory for me. I've done like some sort of dramatic acting, I guess, like back in college or high school, but this was a new area, and it was really exciting and a ton of fun.
Well, and it's great. I mean, it's a whole new side of you. We haven't seen this before, and it's kind of he's an interesting guy because one of the things in the movie is that what is an adult? You know, you have these adult markers of success, and your brother, in some ways, has maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Was that something that was fun or interesting to explore?
Yeah, well, I think that both Jeff, Jason Segel's character, and Pat, my character, are damaged or flawed or both in some way, but in different ways. Jeff is kind of maybe has a better grasp on the synchronicity of the world, but he's having trouble kind of finding his place in it. Pat has this very specific idea of where he fits in the world, but he just is latching on to superficial symbols of that, and is really fundamentally unhappy and terrified of the world around him. So what's really poignant and cool about this is that these brothers that really don't like each other come to this understanding that they make each other better people by being together and by being brothers and by working on their relationship. And that's a cool, poignant message and a poignant story.
Yeah, really. I mean, it is. I loved it. And there's this other idea that I really like, which is, you know, obviously everybody tosses around the phrase, everything happens for a reason. And sometimes it's really just a toss away. But this explores the idea that it, in fact, does. And how do you live your own life? Do you kind of follow that, or do you think it's kind of kitschy? And
well, I'm not a real believer in everything happens for a reason, like some preordained reason. I'm not. I don't subscribe to like a fate or destiny worldview. But that said, I think it's a fascinating question, and there are sort of signs, there are bits of evidence that seem to kind of indicate that, and what does it all mean? I mean, it's really the asking of the question and the acceptance of not knowing the answer that I think is sort of beautiful and fascinating. But I think things happen. That's all. And they don't necessarily happen for a reason. It's like they just happen. And one thing certainly follows the next, but it's an incomprehensibly complicated formula that, I don't know, time marches on.
Well, thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing it on AMC screens.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cheers.